Hello everybody and welcome again to my YouTube channel. I'm bringing you round 7 of the GT300 League at www.vrroom.org, and what a cracking race we got lined up. We got a good grid of 12 cars, and we're at Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium, which is one of the great race tracks of the world. And it's got a mixture of everything: slow corners, medium speed, lots of fast corners, and a few of them flat out in these cars, and also some long straights which should see lots of overtaking. So we'll have a quick look at the grid, and we've got Stuntman in pole in the MRS from Scalebreaker in the Autobacks Garaya. Row 2, Malada, and great qualifying there by Slicker. Row 3, more good performances in qualifying. That's Rick and Scouser. They've done well to get on row 3. Row 4, we have Jezza and Rayman. Long way down for Rayman, who won the previous round. I expect to see him come through the field. Then row 5 is Danny in the Subaru and Turner in the second MRS. And at the back, N10, I'm not quite sure why he's on the back row. Maybe he didn't set a representative time in qualifying. And Hatcher, who definitely didn't set a representative time in qualifying. So that's the grid. It should be an entertaining race, this one. So stay tuned, and we'll get on with it. And we got a car not moving at the start. That is Hatcher. No, Turner. Turner it was in the MRS, and Hatcher ran into him, and that's very unfortunate for Hatcher. And someone off wide. I think that might be Rayman. So looks like we've already got 4 cars breaking away. That's Stuntbreaker, Malada and Slicker, and then we got this enormous battle for 5th place over the crest at Radion, through the Camel Kink and down the straight, and you can see there's 4 cars and then a gap, and then the rest of them, or 6 there in a group, and heavy braking down to Les Combes, and nicely driven by everybody there. A little bit of bumping and banging, but no serious collisions, and it's Jezza who's leading this group. Whoa, that was a little bit of rubbing there. Jezza leading this group from Rick and N10. Go on board with the leaders, and Scalebreaker has taken the lead. He did that at Rivage, and Stuntman is on the defensive now from Malada. In the RX-7. Malada is only his second week in this championship, but he's already shown himself to be a very, very fast driver, and safe and clean as well. And he's really putting the pressure on Stuntman as Scalebreaker gets away at the front. Go back further down the field, and we have Danny battling with Hatcher and Rayman and Turner. There's looks like a bit of rubbing there, but I think actually it was lag causing that. So it probably didn't actually happen. It's just it looks like lag on my screen, and look how close they are. Great racing, and that's Scouse. No, it's Hatcher. Sorry, it's Hatcher from Danny. So good move from Hatcher into Blanchimont. Have a quick look at the middle pack, and this is really close. So we've got 3 4-car battles at the moment, and this is the middle group, and it's Jezza and N10 and Rick and Scouser, and that's N10 through and upper place. Go back to the group at the back. Oh, there's a bit of a collision there between Rayman and Turner, and someone's pulled off. Rayman has pulled off the side of the track. Not quite sure why he did that. There was a bit of damage, but I didn't think it was anything major, but Oh, maybe the way the car's shaking, he's got more than a little bit of damage. Anyway, we'll go back on board with the leaders, and it's all changed into Lecom. We've got Malada. Come on screen, catch up. There we go. Malada has gained the biggest toe down the Kemmel Straight and has taken the lead, and Stuntman is under pressure from Scalebreaker, and Breaker through again into Rivage. We'll ride on the rear wing, I think, of the leader. So this is Malada leading from Breaker. Slicker is doing a great job to hang on in at the tail of this group. And we've got 4 different cars in the top 4 places. It's the RX-7 in the lead from the Garaya, and then an MRS, and then a Celica. And Breaker is piling the pressure on. Stuntman in 3rd is a bit slower through the twistier stuff. Whoa, big sideways moment for Stuntman. Stuntman set his car up to be with lower downforce, so it's quick on the straight, but it's not so good through the middle section, which is lots of curves. And here comes Scalebreaker for the lead as we approach Blanchimont. We'll go on board with Scale. And he's got that pass done, and look at the overspeed Stuntman's getting now with the slipstream and the extra straight line speed, but Breaker leads through the bus stop. We're right on board now with N10, and he's at the back of the next group, and we've lost someone from that. We've lost Rick. Let's see if we can work out what happened to Rick. I'm going to rewind a little bit. This is it. Oh, he's already kicking off. Let's rewind again and we should see it. So this is on board with Rick, and it was 3 abreast through there, and a bit of a collision with the 2 RX-7s of Jezza and Scouser. Oh, and then Rick lights the tyres up and spins it with the dirty tyres, so he drops right the way down the field. He's down to 11th, only ahead of Rayman, who has resumed. So it's back on board with the leaders. Here we go, and we'll go on the roof cam of Malada. He's got Stuntman very, very close behind. Malada leaving room for Stuntman, and there's Stunt's view. He's not managed to slip past that La Source. So down the hill. Oh, Stuntman lifting there to get a good run through Eau Rouge, across the top at Radiant, and we can see Malada getting the slipstream past Breaker, and Stuntman has got a massive straight line speed advantage with a double slipstream. Goes sailing past. We go on board with Slicker, looking at see how that maps out, and Breaker straight away back past Malada, and Stuntman will be on the defensive now. Let's ride on board with Breaker as they come down to Rivage. Stunt has oh, he gets a bit sideways there, and knocks Breaker out wide, but well held Breaker, and that allows Malada back through into the lead. And Breaker is looking for a way past, but has a slight straight line speed deficit to that RX-7. He's doing it anyway. 2 abreast through Pouhon, and still 2 abreast. And Breaker's got he hasn't got the job done. Malada maintains the lead now. Breaker's going around the outside of Rivage. Not Rivage, Fan, sorry. Getting muddled up there. And he's through. This is Stuntman's view of it. So Breaker back in front. And all 4 cars here really close for the lead battle. Behind us we've got N10 and Scouser battling for 5th. They've dropped Jezza, who's now running 6th, and massive overspeed from Stuntman. We're going board Breaker, and you can see Stuntman through and into the lead. Braking very, very hard down into the bus stop. Stuntman in the middle of the road, defensive. Malada trying to go all the way around the outside. And look at that, leaving each other room there. Lovely driving, but that's given Breaker a break. And he's pulled alongside, he's up to second. And into La Source. And Breaker is up to second place. Again. Go on board Stuntman's rear view. Now, this is the fastest car in the race, but on the straights anyway. But look how much the slipstream means. The slowest car is directly behind us, and it gets a big overspeed. Now, oh, we're getting bump drafted there. Breaker knows that he hasn't got the straight line speed to go straight past, so he's bump drafting Stuntman, and then pulling to the inside under braking, and he's through. So Stuntman now coming under pressure from Malada, and Slicker is still right with these guys. Behind we've got this is Scouser now, who's up to 5th ahead of N10. He's still been battling all the way through the race, but we'll go on board with the leader, Scalebreaker, and he's starting to ease away. Stuntman's sideways there through Liège. Right, let's have a look at that view from Stuntman. This Malada is on the attack, and Malada trying to go the outside through Pouon. And very, very close racing, and it's Stunt just holding on to second, but all the time this is going on, the leader is pulling away. We'll have a look at Breaker's lead. You can see there's quite a gap now as they head through Stavelot, flat through Stavelot for all these cars, and Breaker has got a good lead. But will it be enough? Can Stuntman pick up the slipstream? And Malada is attacking Stuntman. Let's have a closer look. This is Malada's view. Stuntman to the left, and Stuntman's back ahead. This is Stuntman's view, and here comes Slicker. No, nobody manages to pull off a passing manoeuvre. So we're right on board with N10 because he's got Scouser coming up behind as we come down to the bus stop. And through the bus stop, whoa, lights up the tyres, and that's lap 4 completed of 7. We'll go on board now with Slicker and go to the front view. Breaker has got maybe 3/4 of a second lead, but that won't be enough. That won't be enough on the Kemmel Straight. Slicker with a good run. Oh, Malada running a bit wide through Radion. No harm done. Lots and lots of revs here. And braking down, and Stuntman is back into the lead, but immediately comes under pressure from Scalebreaker, and Scalebreaker through Malmedy takes the lead again. Right on board with Malada because this is very, very close for the lead. Stuntman sideways again, that's taking off rear wing to get straight line speed that's causing him to have so many sideways moments in this race. Still massive battle on between Scouser and N10 for 5th place. Ooh, Stuntman running wide. And into Fan, and they close right up again. So it's Breaker just ahead of Stunt and Malada. Behind Scouser and N10 we've got Jezza running 7th, Turner is 8th, and then it's Danny, Hatcher, Rayman and Rick. But we'll stay on board with this because it's so close, and they're cruising up behind Scalebreaker, and Stuntman through Frere takes the lead, and here comes Malada, keeps it flat. and they break down into the bus stop. Ooh, Malada running deep. And does that leave him under threat from Slicker? This is Slicker's view. No, Slicker just that little bit behind. A great run through La Source for Slicker. Slicker very impressive in this race. I guess he's been practicing Spa in readiness. So through Eau Rouge, it's flat and it's still spectacular. Still absolutely flat out as they come down the Kemmel Straight, and Stuntman defending. And it looks like Breaker is going to go through again into Les Combes. And we're running out of laps. We're nearly halfway round lap 6 of 7. Stuntman having to defend from Malada, and that's going to let Breaker get away again. We know how quick Breaker is through this middle section. Meanwhile, further back, we just flick back to on board with Jezza. Jezza has been caught by Turner. Turner now up to 7th place. Oh, and Jezza running very wide there. Does have a little bit of rear damage. It's a good run through Liège. And into Pouhon. Oh, gaining more ground. The RX-7 is a better car through the corners, I think, but not as quick on the straight. But we need to go back with the leaders. And we're focused on Malada. So it's great to see four different cars racing so close at the front. By so close, Breaker has got away slightly, and here comes Malada looking to the outside through Radion. Thinks better of it, and now Slicker is sniffing 3rd place. Is Malada attacking or defending there? I don't know, but he's still 3rd. And Slicker ran a bit deep in there and has dropped off the back slightly. So now crossing the line with 1 lap to go, and Breaker it is just in front. Malada looking at the Stuntman. Stuntman a little wide through La Source and runs off the track. And Stuntman breathes out the throttle, gives the place up. So it's now Breaker from Malada from Stuntman, and it looks like it's going to be one of these 3. Slicker has just dropped off the back of the pack and won't be getting the slipstream, I don't think. And 3 abreast is it? And it's Stuntman using his straight line speed to slip in front at Les Combes, and Malada's 2nd. Now Breaker's got his work cut out. He's down in 3rd. He's now in the section of track where he's the quickest, but he needs to get past. Otherwise he's going to be a sitting duck, I think, on the run through Blanchimont. So Stuntman it is, and it's good to see everybody running flat out as well, not playing tactics. They're trying to get in the right place for the slipstream. Everyone's going flat out, and here comes Scalebreaker. Backs out of that one. I thought he was going to try to make the move, but Stuntman now under big pressure from Malada. Stuntman having to defend into Fagnes. But so they still maintain the same order, but look how close that is, and none of these cars have picked up any damage at all in this race. There's been very little bumping and lots and lots of passing, and I'm going to stay focused on this because it's such a tight battle. It's Stunt. Now Malada needs to get in that slipstream, and here he comes. Has he pulled out too early? And that's allowed Scalebreaker into the slipstream. Now they're coming up to Blanchimont for the last time. Look at that huge slide from Breaker. Well held though, and Stuntman still leads and defends into into the bus stop for the last time. Breaker's trying to go around the outside. He's gone around the outside and Stunt around the outside of him. And they're 2 abreast, and it's going to be Stuntman from Breaker. Malada 3rd, Slicker there in 4th. We'll go to the 5th place battle. And this is Scouser and N10, and it's going to be Scouser 5th. And then behind them, this is Turner and Jezza. They're very close as well. So 5th to Scouser, 6th to N10, Turner 7th, Jezza 8th. Here comes Danny. Picture change. Danny in 9th. Then we have Hatcher, Rayman, and Rick, the walking wounded. Some of them had pit stops actually. And that's it. All 12 cars finished, which is good. We'll have a quick look at the live timing and see what that says. And fastest lap by a long way, 2:26.2 for Breaker. Stuntman also in the 2:26s, and then 2:27s for Malada, Slicker, and N10. Everyone else in the 28s or slower. Slowest man Danny with that Subaru, but still managed to pick up 9th out of 12. So well done to Danny. Well done for everyone for sticking that out, and what a great race it was. Hopefully we'll have more of the same at Monza for round 8. So please subscribe to my channel and tune in for that. I've been VR Stuntman. Thanks very much, and see you soon.